But now we actually get to watch some League of Legends as we hop into game number 1.
Yes!
Our first game of the night between mCon, Logitech, G, and Asterion.
Yeah, and it's going to be mCon with the first ban and the first pick of this series. And Rapid, a little bit of additional strategy here. What are the advantages of being first pick here, and or rather in this meta? Because I believe in this meta there are a lot of strong champions available.
That is very true at Techno, and in fact, in every league around the world, mid lane has the most diversity. So being red side means you get to counterpick that mid lane matchup. Blue side means you get to pick whatever you want, as long as it's not, of course, banned. It's the way League of Legends works. So with that in mind, I would say blue side might have a slight advantage early on in being able to grab a bunch of like very strong champions initially, but that does kind of give away your strategy. So you don't want to give away too much by just picking a super strong champion and then letting your opponent pick maybe a counter pick to that. So a lot of mind games going on here in Champion Select.
Yeah, that's also something that we saw in previous Champion Selects, didn't we, Rapid, with, for instance, the high priority jungle pickups in the previous patch. I believe we actually have a tournament going so long we already saw 2 patches in between. I believe that Nidalee and Braum, as well as Kindred, were very highly contested picks during that time, and it was even possible that you would just give one jungle champion to your opponent's team, and then you pick up two better ones. So it has its advantages. Nevertheless, though, LeBlanc gets removed and Azir gets removed. I'm getting the feeling that they're targeting someone.
That is true. It's going to be towards Sebs. I don't think anybody's too surprised about that. At least over the course of researching and looking at these teams, he has been a monster, and I might add, with a very meta champion pool. So sometimes if you get players who are like, we'll see Dami play a little bit later on, who just play one champion. Maybe they're really good at it, but if it's a bad champion, it doesn't really help you out that much. So definitely have to be careful about the champions that you pick and ban based on not just the meta, but also the players. Vladimir, of course, a champion that is strong, not for really both of those reasons. A, super strong mid lane champion, and B, super strong in the mid lane for Dominus. I don't think he's actually played that lately. Actually, I take that back. He has played it 3 days ago. And actually went the Warmogs build. So that's a little bit interesting. We'll get a chance to check that out, as that is locked in for the first pick. A couple more picks coming in here across the board.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be a little bit curious to see how they're going to play it out. But I'm assuming that there's going to be the Nidalee Braum pickup here. I mean, Elise has been banned out. Kindred has been banned out. Rek'Sai has been banned out. But, interesting. Zac being picked up here. So, Zac is a very unconventional jungler, especially if we're looking at all the damage-dealing junglers these days.
Well, it's not unconventional when it comes to legendary trunks, as far as the jungle picks are concerned. It is a very common pick for him, at least when he does jungle. Also plays a lot of AD carry too. But when it comes to jungle, Zac's one of his comfort picks, but like you said, not a very common pick. So I'm not sure that you necessarily expect that, but at the same time, it's still a decent pick if you want to build up a big tanky lineup. The Braum locked in at the same time really helps that come into effect. So that does make it maybe a little bit better when it comes to building your tank lineup, but haven't given away any strategies just yet.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting setup. And also now Atrocast and Dominus locking in Aurelia and Sivir. So I'm getting the feeling that they're looking to just go for those long fights, especially if you also consider the addition of Vladimir to that setup. So very long and controlled fights here by the team of mCon.
Absolutely. That is, or at least it should be what we expect. Now, games can go whatever way games want to go, so that's why we watch the games. That's why we watch the games being played, because crazy things can happen. Now, at least initially, it certainly seems like mCon, Logitech, G have a small advantage, and by small advantage, I mean a pretty large one, with 3 of the strongest picks in their roles. In fact, all 3 of these picks are the most picked or banned champion in every single role currently, at least where I'm from over here in Korea. Across the board, though, Trundle is the second most picked top laner. So it's nice to see maybe a a nice matchup to watch up there. Is this Rengar getting locked in? That would be interesting, especially into a Zac. Zac generally does very poorly versus Rengar early on, and then Rengar just is never able to kill him, but it's locked in.
Yeah, I guess it actually will work out, especially with their setup. They have a very aggressive setup if they want to engage, because they have Sivir on the hunt, but also Rengar can now jump in, Aurelia can jump in, Vladimir can do a lot of that, a lot of work, and then you also have Bard for that engage. You toss out his ultimate, put everyone in stasis, and then you just wait until they come out of stasis, and you're already in position. I like the setup here, but it's very dependent on can they get ahead. If they fall behind, they can disengage a little bit with Sivir, of course, and they can disengage with Bard, but their power will be severely limited. So I'm a little bit scared there. Whereas if we're looking at the red team, Asterion, I would say a much more balanced composition, especially now that they're looking at Twitch, because then they have a good split between consistent damage, but also the burst damage coming out from Victor.
Oh, that is true. You do need to diversify. You can't build a team composition around just getting a lot of one thing and trying to do that one thing well. But Twitch is a very situational pick that I think really, really fits into what Asterion are trying to do. They have a lot of disruption, a lot of crowd control, a lot of just big walls that you can set up between the Unbreakable and then Trundle Pillar, as well as Zac bouncing around. And all that means there's so much chaos going on. If Twitch gets into a good position, he can definitely blow the entire team up. So really exciting team composition from both sides, honestly. The Hemo Plague amplifying damage so Rengar can just jump in and kill somebody. Also really exciting to see. So I'm actually just really excited to watch this happen. Will we see it as we expect? Who knows, Techno? And the answer is us as soon as we start the game.
More interestingly right now is the fact that Atrocas is playing jungle. I mean, Atrocas was their support and has switched positions with Sky here, which means that...
Never a dull moment.
Yeah, it's going to be one heck of a battle. All right, so that means we're heading into our spectator delay. So 3 minutes of delay until we actually hop into the game. Are there interesting setups that we can take a quick look at? Perhaps, the top lane is probably going to be... Can Trundle withstand the aggression from Aurelia, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a fair bet, Techno. I think the other big thing to watch out for is going to be the mid lane matchup and how that scales as the game progresses. Because Vladimir, once he gets going, especially if you go this Proto Belt first build, it can be a little bit difficult to deal with because he can snowball so quickly. Just because he can pick fights whenever he wants to, and once he gets a few big health items under his belt, it's super difficult to deal with. Now, on the other side, it could be that Twitch scales out of control, gets his Yomu's Ghostblade, and runs around the map just blowing people up. That would be pretty crazy to watch, and I think that it's definitely a possibility as we extend through this game, or at least start the game, which is currently what we are looking to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, like you said, that combination is going to be one heck of a powerful one. That's definitely the case. But if we're looking at the way that we're going to be looking at the early game, so Rengar early on, like you said, should be outpowering Zac, which means that we're going to be seeing a lot of ganking coming out from Rengar, and which means that the team of Asterion needs to be very careful in what they do. They cannot step too far because, well, bot lane, you have the brushes. He can just sneak up and then jump on top of Twitch. And I'm a little bit afraid of the Braum here in the bottom lane not picking up exhaust against that Rengar, who can just insta-gip Twitch.
Yeah, that is true. It's a big thing to worry about, at least as the game progresses. Twitch will be the mortal enemy of Rengar, and Rengar will be his mortal enemy as well. So a nice dynamic coming out here. Nothing too crazy, but at the same time still should be interesting to watch. I'm actually really excited to get this game underway. It's our first game of the night, our first of 3 best of ones. So if you guys are excited for that, definitely let us know in chat. Let us know on Twitter. Let us know basically wherever you guys want to let us know, because it's pretty cool to talk about League of Legends. And of course, we'd love to talk about that with, well, basically
with everyone. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
I was going to say, like,
yeah,
we don't really exclude people here.
Yeah. Yeah, we have, and of course, if you are looking to talk to us, unfortunately, you can't really talk to Rapid in person. But if you're going to the Amsterdam Arena,
That's super unfortunate.
yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. But if you go to Amsterdam Arena, you can at least talk to me. So that it's something, Rapid. Like I can try to replace you, but I can never do that. So that's a little bit of an issue. But it looks like we're loading into the game, Rapid. I shouldn't be celebrating too fast because. From my experience, every time we do, there's going to be a pause at the start of the game, and I don't really want to jinx it again.
Yeah, let's keep those pauses to a bare minimum, Techno. I want as few pauses as possible, please.
That seems like a very smart thing to have happen. Well, in any case, if we're looking at the at the skins, I can't see the skins. Actually, I want to actually look at them because I haven't been in the loop when it comes down to new skins. But look at that full machine. Oh wait, of course our viewers can't really see it. Rapid. I was going to say look at full machine Victor, but no one can actually see it. That's the issue. But yeah, nevertheless, looking at Keystone Masteries, anything out of the ordinary here when it comes down to the pickups here? Because I believe we see Fervor coming out, the Fervor Mastery coming out for Aurelia and Rengar. Nothing too special.
Right, exactly. I think the biggest thing to take away here, Fervor Battle did get nerfed a little bit, but it's the same idea. You're going to be getting a lot of attacks off, so you're going to be doing a lot of it, or a lot of damage with that once it stacks up. Although it now no longer stacks off of spellcast, so it's not quite as strong as it used to be. Yeah,
but nevertheless, it still deals a lot of damage. And don't forget that the characters that have picked it up. I mean, we saw Rengar and wow, Aurelia pick it up. They are melee anyhow, so they will be able to actually fight. Oh, speaking of fighting.
Oh man, we might have a fight starting up here. Both teams walking around the corner. Can they get into position? Oh my god. Neither one. Oh no, this is the KIYF strat.
The KIYF strat. Explain.
Yes. So KIYF is a team in the Spanish LVPES LOL Honor League, and they did this exact strat where you pick Bard and then you tunnel into the enemy jungle. They don't know, and you do, and you wind up kind of killing them a lot, Techno, and it's pretty cool. So I highly recommend it.
Atrocas, he's baiting them. He's baiting them into that bush. It's gonna be good. Oh, here's the magical journey. Smile to Trunks, and actually onto Moonman. Moonman has already flashed. Now they're onto Trunks. Trunks trying to get away. Should be able to do so, but wow. Okay, nice strat, Rapid. Nice strat.
No. Well, nice strat. Yes, it is, but poorly executed there. If you don't get kills off of that, your Bard just started the game with magical journey. Like, that skill does no damage. Like, you just walk in the lane and there's only one champion there. And you can even see Tyrox. There we go. I was mispronouncing that, as I'm going to do the entire cast with lots of different names, so apologies for that. Forced to teleport to the top lane, so he will have a teleport disadvantage and a health disadvantage because for some reason he's trying to fight Trundle at level 1, which is never a good idea.
Yeah, Trundle's just going to chomp him, and that's going to mitigate so much of the damage, while at the same time amplifying Milkshaker's damage. It's definitely not the position he wants to be in. What did happen though in this setup is that neither team has been able to actually take or rather neither bot lane has been able to take their own camp. So that's going to be a little bit later level 2 for both sides. But the advantage now going to the side of mCon. But then again, it is pushing in, so Asterion should be hitting level 2 relatively soon in the bot lane as well.
That is absolutely true, Techno. I think one of the big things, at least that I've been trying to pay attention to, is when you look at the way that the junglers work out, who goes for what ganks where. Now they both start on the bottom side, which means they're moving towards the top side, which means both of these top laners could have a lot to work on. Well, we might see a level one fight here. Tyrox so low, he's gonna die here as soon as Milkshaker flashes on top of him. So.
There's the flash. He was really scared.
That respect flash, man. Milkshaker shaking in his boots, man.
Yeah, definitely. to be honest, like you were saying, he probably already understood that he was going to die if he actually flashed, if she actually engaged upon him. But if that was the case, Milkshaker should not be staying here, because right now he's opening himself up for Atrocas, who's now moving in. They're looking for the dive, but it's a little bit risky though. It is a Trundle under a tower. He's going to get a lot of healing, although Milkshaker takes so much damage. Tyrox with the Blade Surge will be able to escape. That's
nice
first
minion
blood.
win coming up. That first blood, like you said, Techno, great dive and a pause. This is where you get to entertain us with your witty banter.
That's actually going to be the hardest part of the game. But looking at the top lane, Milkshaker should not have stayed there. I'm completely positive that he should have just walked away from the turret, recalled. He doesn't really have that much gold though, but he could have, at the very least, get boots or anything to help him against Aurelia, perhaps even armor. So that's basically the thing here, and I don't really agree with Milkshaker's choice. And then of course the dive by Atrocas and Tyrox was perfect. Tyrox took a few tower hits, he jumped away to one of the minions to keep himself safe, and boom. That was first blood going over to mCon, and mCon now with a 700 gold lead. Milkshaker will be coming back into the top lane, but has Tyrox knows he's going to back away, and Atrocas is there to guard his retreat.
You got to see us for a little bit there, guys, but we have to actually show you League of Legends. I know it's a sacrifice, but it's one I'm willing to make. Nice spell shield there against the Winter's Bite. The Clown Sky is actually trying to deal damage, but Techno, nothing's happening, and I want people to die.
Well, they already did. Milkshaker already died just less than a minute ago, and you already want more people to die.
Yeah, man.
Rapids, if I didn't know you better.
Death for me.
Yeah. Rapids. If it were up to you, people would die more Rapids. That is definitely the case.
True, man. They certainly would. If I had my way, people would just like spawn into the game, like everyone would be forced to fight at level 1 until someone died. It'd be so exciting, man. It'd be the pinnacle of competitive esports.
Yeah, you're right. In any case, I was a little bit. There is, of course, one type of MOBA that has such a thing that happens. But in any case, looking at the jungle items, we have Rengar running the Skirmisher Saber. We have Legendary Trunks running his Tracker's Knife. So why is Trunks choosing to go for the Tracker's Knife over the other two options?
So the reason that you go to Tracker's Knife and don't upgrade it, or that you upgrade into Tracker's Knife and don't upgrade it into something like Skirmisher Saber, is just because you're more utility. Zac is a very utility champion. You're not trying to win the game with a hard carry from Zac. You're just trying to chill out and take it slowly, be as good to your team as you can, and not overcommit too much, which is, pretty much the way that we see Asterion playing it. Just calm, steady, cool, collected, not giving up too many advantages here, there, or anywhere else.
Yeah, for now though, looking at the top lane, just a little bit of a scuffle, not that much. But look at Trunks and Atrocas at the moment. They're both nearby each other. Atrocas is going to find out that the Scuttlecraft has been taken. But look at the middle lane. Here's the engage. Dominus uses the troll pool, tries to escape. Trunks gets a nice slow there onto Dominus, but yeah, it's Vladimir. You're never going to take him down with just that. You need more.
That is very, very true, Techno. So at least for the time being, we get a chance to maybe chill out and not have too much action. The first blood that came top lane, a little bit rough, but if you look at the CS, that's actually been stabilized remarkably well. Milkshaker's not at too big of a disadvantage. He's still able to go in there and actually fight because Tyrox is building defensively instead of towards that Trinity Force, which I feel like is the way you really have to build.
Yeah, definitely, and he's picking up armor here right now, and, well, if we're looking at the different champions that have been selected, most of the damage is at the stars is going to be magic. Twitch is not going to be much of a threat in the early game, and, well, Milkshaker with his ultimate Subjugate, that's magic damage, not physical damage, so that's also not going to be mitigating any of that. So Milkshaker,
exactly.
He's definitely going to dominate the lane for the early game, and he's already working towards more effective items against his lane opponent, with, of course, the Ruby Crystal and the Cloth Armor.
Yeah, Ruby Crystal, Cloth Army is just trying to tank it up top lane. I think Trundle can actually go for a Titanic Hydra. I think might be the build that he's going to decide on here. Maybe a little bit interesting. Not sure if that's going to be exactly what we see, but regardless, it will be exciting to see exactly what the build choices are, how they work, what on earth is going to happen. All those questions and more, Techno, answered here.
The next episode of.
Pretty much.
Yeah, in any case, speaking of answers, looking at Atrocas currently near the Scuttle Crab, going to clear that one out. He also cleared out a ward nearby, and was actually looking to go for that bottom lane, but got spotted out. Now, once again, moving towards that bottom lane, actually drops a ward there, so they are going to see that the ward has been dropped. Atrocas has been spotted out, and they immediately back away from the tower, actually moving towards Atrocas to force him away and out of Asterion's jungle. And that's a very nice move here by Forsaken and Moonman. If they stayed under the turrets, they might have been at risk of dying to a dive.
Yeah, and you always have to be careful to judge that. And that's really what makes, the difference between good teams and, great teams, pro teams like that, is that they know whether or not they're going to be threatened. Or they know, hey, if they dive us, we can kill them. So you have that confidence there. So wise to back out, realize, hey, this is not a good spot for us to be, and maybe take the party elsewhere.
Definitely. In any case, Zac now getting spotted out, so you can see the pings going down. At the same time, Atrocas is on his blue buff. This is going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting how these two junglers are going to be interacting in the middle lane, because you can see Trunks, he's looking for a possibility, but again, it's Vladimir. You really don't want to be diving in, and Trunks decides, okay, sure, I'll just take the...
Oh man, Dominus forced to pool out away from that Chaos Storm. Seb's really putting on the pressure, and even Legendary Trunks, I'm kind of surprised. That was gonna be a kill if you stuck around long on top lane.
Shaker in a little trouble, although he's turning it around. Terrorist goes down.
Oh,
Shaker gets the kill.
Shaker. Shaking up that top lane, that subjugate. You cannot fight a Trundle who is not only subjugated, but he's standing on his frozen domain, which gives him 20% increased healing. He also has both defensive items, the Cloth Armor and Ruby Crystal, and he was healing up from the Corrupting Potion, which was also amplified by that frozen domain. So much health coming back, you cannot disrespect that.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, that turret that completely decided the fight there. Tyrox took two tower shots at the very least before turning around and then taking a third tower shot that sealed the deal. One thing we saw before, they went for the dive, but that was a 2 versus 1 situation. You don't want to dive Trundle in a 1 versus 1 situation ever. In any case, look at Clown Sky, very aggressive warding here, very deep as well. Are they setting up for the dragon here?
Okay, so the dragon that's actually in the pit is a Cloud Drake. No team really wants to spend the effort putting themselves in a bad situation and aggroing that Cloud Drake, because it really just does not give you as many stats as the other dragons do. So for most part, teams just kind of leave it be for now. We might see it picked up a little bit later, but at least for the time being, it's gonna stay around for a little while.
In the meantime, that will allow Renash and Clown Sky to just push in. Actually, Trunks now coming in here. Here's the slingshots. No slingshots.
No,
Rabbits, you were asking for action. It's just happening.
Man, I was so close, Techno.
Yeah, it was so close. But Atrocas is coming in. Perhaps this is actually what we were talking about in Champion Select, like the dangers of having a Rengar. Rengar can suddenly just appear and immediately, jump straight onto Twitch. You can actually see them trying to bait it out. Here's once again the slingshot. If Atrocas actually finishes the rake hole, but he doesn't. So now they're immediately going in. There's the Mart ultimate coming out. Legendary Trunks is jumping around as much as he can. Teleport coming in from the top lane as Milkshaker tries to get there, but he gets stunned down, so he can't go in. Moonman gets Atrocas, and can they actually finish this one off? Moonman now has to back away, will be able to do so. But now they're focusing their attention on the Trunks immediately. Vladimir coming in from the rear. Here's Thomas. Let me a triple kill. 1,
oh my
2,
god!
3. And it's a triple. Well, it's not a triple kill, but it's 3 kills nevertheless.
Cow. That Vladimir positioning was incredible. Perfect time for the cleanup. And honestly, I think Moonman TV kind of overextended a little bit there. He understood, hey man, we're going in, we're getting kills, that's good. But you have to know what the potentials are. And when you don't see that mid lane You got to know he's coming for you. So a little bit of an overextension there by Asterion, and Dominus right there to punish it, spreading the love across the rest of his team, getting everybody who's down there a kill.
Yeah, and also the teleport from Milkshake didn't come true. So that was very curious.
Oh, that's true, right.
Yeah, you saw him teleporting in, or at least wasn't Milkshake? No, it was Sebs. Sebs tried to teleport in, and he cancelled it, I think. Yes, that has to be the case, because the only one who has teleport on cooldown is Sebs. So that was quite surprising. That was very surprising. I'm not entirely sure why the teleport was cancelled.
Yeah, no, that is kind of interesting. I think if he had finished the channel, then he might have, been in a little bit of a rough spot once the rest of his team died, because everybody down there did die. So he might have just said, "Oh, well, I'm a little bit too late, so better safe than sorry. Let's just, pack it up, stay mid." And that is interesting that, Seb, the champion who did bring teleport, is not a player. Oh man, a little bit of assassination attempt here by Moonman.
Yeah,
does have his expunge blocked.
Yeah, he can't really do anything against Brannish and his spell shield, although he has taken him down to 25 hit points, 25% hit points. So that's more or less a job well done, but it cost him his ultimate, nevertheless. So they now are actually going back to base. How much gold do they actually have? 600 golds. That's Twitch only getting a dagger. Expected more out of Twitch there.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to pick up a little bit more too. He's working on building into either Blade of the Ruined King or Youmuu's Ghost Blade. If he can't complete the Youmuu's, then he's just going to get the components for the next one. Oh man, top lane not going to follow up for the dive. Hyrox having his flash blown, mid lane a little bit of aggression there too. Seb's playing oddly defensively.
Well, to be fair, Sebs is on equal footing with Dominus. Only Dominus, of course, has the advantage that he has to sustain. So Seb's just waiting for the perfect moment. Speaking of the perfect moment, Trunks has already spotted that the blue buff of the team of mCon is up and running. So he immediately snatches it away and makes sure that that one goes nowhere. Although, let's be honest, Vladimir nor Rengar is really in need of the blue buff.
Yeah, that is true. You don't really need blue buff here. Blue buff does give some ability power and cooldown reduction, both of which Vladimir would use. Mana regen maybe not quite so helpful.
Oh my word, bottom lane, Moonman in a lot of trouble. They're jumping straight to Moonman. Beautiful glacial fist are now Forsaken, just tanking it up as best as he can. Atrocus almost goes down. Here's Milkshaker. Boom. Goodbye, Atrocus. Now they're focusing their attention onto Brannish, but here's Tyrox coming in as well. Tyrox actually getting slowed down here. Will Milkshaker actually get stunned down? Well, he's still dealing a lot of damage, but Dominus is coming in from the side to assist Tyrox the Sky, and Milkshaker has to back away. There's the surge of blood, but no. Milkshaker managed to flash away.
Close. Actually really dangerously close, but not close enough. That is going to do it there, not going to give up any kills.
It was a very nice fight there. They traded Moonman for Brannish and Atrocus in a bad situation. Actually, Cloud Sky now in a lot of trouble, tries to get away with the magical journey. Will he actually? Yeah, they're not going to follow him. They're really scared that something might be behind that corridor.
Right, and Dominus is starting to get to that really scary point as a Vladimir, where there's not a whole lot that can really deal with him. He has so much CDR. In fact, I think he's actually sitting at, is that 40% CDR?
That's about 30%, I guess. No, yeah, it's at 6.12.
26.12, so he has scaling blue glyphs in.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 10 at level 8. That's the obvious conclusion here. Nevertheless, Seb's still fighting with Dominus. Dominus once again trying to deal as much damage to Sebs as he can, but just look at that. Look at how fast he is.
So fast. So fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta look top lane though.
Yeah, Milkshaker in a lot of trouble trying to escape this one. He has Pillar. He will still be taking damage. Will he actually survive this one? No. It's probably not going to happen. Atrocus flashes forward, gets the kill, and Milkshaker can't turn around to do anything about it.
Alright, so get to take a little bit of a break here, Techno. Gonna chill out, see who's doing what. Is one team more ahead than the other?
It's definitely mCon, just a little bit more ahead of the other. But,
well, I mean, it's interesting. Like, they're ahead right now. mCon, like, 6-4. The numbers, the gold is actually also in their favor now that they've taken down that turret. But, like, as the game scales on, this
lane, look at this one. Rapids. Bottom lane going down as Sky is taking so much damage. Will he actually go down? 1 minute for Trunks. Yes, he gets the kill. But now they're a little bit of a tight spot here as Branish looking to deal damage to Trunks. Here's the elastic slingshot and immediately back away. But yeah, I like what Trunks was doing here. He was completely going in stealth, even if he doesn't have the ability, and then took out bottom lane. At least took out Sky.
I was actually really worried there for a second that Sebs was going to teleport down. Then I was like, wait a second, he wasted his teleport earlier, so he didn't have the ability to turn that bottom lane fight around, which is actually pretty crucial. That's why you take teleport on your top and mid laners. If you can't make it happen, then it is not going to work out. A little bit unfortunate there as we see that come back to bite him.
And now middle lane, actually, look at the sheer amount of damage that Sebs has done to Dominus in one combo. Down to half hit points, but then again, Dominus will just heal it up. Rapids. Still no dragon, like you said. Cloud Dragon, not really in favor of the teams.
Yeah, it's like, why do you devote resources towards a dragon that costs you positioning, effort, health, a lot of resources, and it doesn't really do much towards you? So that'll probably stay there for a while until one team just like wins an objective or wins a team fight, and it's like, well, I guess we can kind of help them out, maybe a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of how it works, Atrocas is looking to get a gank in the middle lane, but not really able to get it positioned. In the meantime, Trunks and Sebs close by, so perhaps Trunks can intervene if something would happen. But top lane, a little bit of a fight breaking out here. Tyrox versus Milkshaker. Tyrox actually going ham here onto Milkshaker, actually waiting for Atrocas to also come in. Zac now jumping in as well. Here's the elastic slingshot. Tyrox will be going down, or will he? So dangerously low. One more hit, that's all it takes. Tyrox will be going down, but now it's Trunks versus Atrocas. And in the cat versus blob. Well, Atrocas is in a lot of trouble, still getting slowed down here for Trunks. There's the slingshot once again. But yeah, goodbye and good riddance. You were talking about how Rengar was going to win the early game. Well, he didn't. Now Zac is with.
Oh my god, that flash forward from Moonman! That was pretty sick. He knew he had the expunge kill if that was going to be the case, and it was. So congratulations, you get yourself a kill, and you get a kill, and Asterion coming back in a big, big way. We talked about it earlier. How
this now they're jumping. Branish actually jumping straight to Moonman. Branish will get stunned though and goes down. Actually, Forsaken stealing the kill away from Sebs here, and Sky dangerously low. Yeah, Rapid, remind me never to ask you again to tell the players that they need to amp it up, because this is getting out of hand. Speaking of getting out of hand, here's Tyrox coming in, Gravity Well coming out as well. Forsaken in a lot of trouble, and Break will try and keep Forsaken alive.
He's going for it! Wait, what? No, he played search the wrong target! I think he was just barely out of range.
Wow.
I was so torn. But, I mean, he stayed alive, he blew another flash, he's actually doing good things, just not necessarily picking up kills. And just like that, man, the numbers are turning back around identical, the gold counts between both teams.
Yeah, and that's incredible. I didn't expect Asterion to come back that strong at this point, but then again, well, if we're looking at the scaling, I guess that Tyrox hasn't really been able to overpower Milkshaker at all, and the entirety of the blue team, mCon, is about getting ahead. And they haven't really been able to snowball their advantage. And I'm getting the feeling that right now, yeah, this is going to be Asterion's game, but you can't really say anything about it already because it's only 20 minutes in, and not many turrets have fallen.
That is true. We've only seen 4 turrets fall, and there are games where 4 turrets go down in like the first 5 minutes. So definitely not fast by any means. We do have a little bit of a downtime, though.
Yeah, but good call on the Titanic Hydra build here for Milkshaker, because this is going to give him a lot of wave clear, and that's something that Trundle lacks from time to time. Now, bottom lane, look at Trunks. He's looking for the gank here. Elastic slingshot coming in. Branish, will he go down? There's Spell Shield, and let's bounce. It's clobbering time. As Clown Sky actually forces the flash away here, tosses out his ultimate. Moonman trying to stay alive. And teleport coming in from Sebs here. They're trying to do 2 teleports.
Look at that Victor damage.
How that went down. Now as Africa is taking a lot of damage there from the Subjugate. Now, from the rear though, Donna's coming in. He'll make so much damage to Forsaken and Moonman, but now they're trying to take on Donna's. Will they actually get him? So that's all they need.
Oh my god! Legendary Trunks live! How? Those blobs are healing for so much. Damn, that was actually really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the amount of health that he has right now already. He's up to 3,000. He doesn't really have all that much magic resist either, so I'm quite curious as to why Dominus couldn't finish him off.
I don't know, man. Tyrox wasn't even there. He didn't have teleport, and he was pushing top lane. Didn't even get to take that second tier turret, so really not a lot to gain off of that for mCon. And in the meantime, now we're gonna see that Cloud Drake done, or at least started. This is mostly to either force a fight or try to take an objective off of that team fight win.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a small advantage, but it's still an advantage. And next dragon is going to be the Mountain Drake. This one is going to be a little bit more useful, especially as we move into the later stage of the game.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, Mountain Drake definitely good for objective sets.
Oh,
getting
my words!
Trying to get saved.
Yeah, Seb's just got blown to bits right there. Now Trunks trying to escape. Random is Omen going to keep people away here with this bite to at the very least slow down Sky. But yeah, the Moonman actually forced to pop his ultimate right there to clear it out. Trunks once again looking to go in. He decides against it.
Let's just say so close, and yet so far not gonna happen.
They're definitely amping it up right now, and they're kicking it up a notch as they move into the mid game. 25 minutes almost approaching, and Asterion now leading by 1,000 gold. Yeah, this is a snowball rapid. It has started rolling, but can the team of mCon melt it before it comes too big?
Yeah, I don't know, man. mCon, they were ahead early on just because of their early aggressive playstyle, specifically things like Dominus Roam, Atrakas in the jungle on that Rengar picking up a lot of kills. He actually went Trinity Force too, because it's actually a really good Rengar item now, but I don't know, a little bit interesting to see the way that this game has played out. And not sure if mCon can really come back from that.
Well, first they're going to look at taking down Milkshaker. Milkshaker in a 1 versus 3 situation, trying to stay alive, but look at how tanky the Trundle is even without any help.
Oh my!
Almost takes down Atrakas even.
He didn't use the active from his Titanic Hydra. That would have killed him. Ah, so close. And yet, so far, Techno.
Yeah, but that's basically how it works. It's good if you're dealing damage. Dealing damage is 1, but killing someone is 2. In the meantime, though, Seb's in the middle lane trying to take down Brannash, but Brannash is easily escaping this one.
Well, as easily as can be expected. Walking away, always a great strategy, Techno. Mid lane, the action coming in, 3v1.
Will it be enough, though? Dominus, we'll be able to troll out of there. Actually, there's the Bard ultimate, so here's the counter engage. Teleport actually coming in from the rear, so that's Irelia coming into play as well. Seb doing as much damage as he can, takes down Atrakas, but here's Tyrox looking to do some cleanup duty. Oh, look at that scrappy well! It keeps Seb's alive, and look at that Seb.
That's so sick!
Immediately Crunch jumping in. There's the blob, and actually that's a triple kill. That's a triple kill there for Moonman, and the final kill goes down to Trunks, and that's an ace rapid, which means, well, Asterion can now go straight to Baron and take that one.
Yeah, no questions about that one. Nobody there to steal it. Nothing but time on their hands. Asterion finally find a big team fight win that will establish for themselves a pretty decent spot in this game. And Techno, I think this might have just been the straw that quite metaphorically broke the camel's back.
Well, this is basically what we've been seeing every single time in well, not every single time, but most of the time in the ESL Benelux Championship. Big team fights, one team overpowers the other, they go for Baron, game ends. So I'm expecting in 5 minutes we'll be going into the next game, unless mCon does something that is unprecedented.
That's very true, Techno. I don't know, I was thinking to myself earlier, in what way could this game possibly, go towards mCon, and the only way would have been to throw at Baron, but they were all dead when Baron was up, so I don't know, man. Not a great spot for them to be in. Now, this is just a best of 1. Now, usually when I pointed that out, it's a best of 3. But unfortunately, you only have this one game, and this is, I think this is the last week of games, if I'm not mistaken.
No, the second to last.
No, yeah, second to last. So there's a week 7. I literally just looked at that on the schedule as I was saying it. I was like, that's not the right thing to say. Why would you say that?
But for mCon, it might as well just be the last week. If they lose this one, they have zero chance of
out of there.
Yeah, they're going to be the first actual eliminated team from this tournament.
Oh,
the rest is still possible.
Atricus can't even find a chance to get into the middle of the enemy team where he needs to be. He's got a couple of stunning bolas here, but he's gonna have to make it work down in the bottom lane to help Trirox.
Yeah, and this is basically the biggest issue that mCon is going to be having to deal with. They are not really able to deal with these barrels as they're going in. Now Atricus has a lot of shots, right? Survive Trunks taking off so much damage. Cloud Sky almost goes down there to the immense Chaos Storm coming out from Sebs, and now they're chasing that Dominus. Dominus actually back way here. Actually gets a little bit movement speed boost, but wow, that was a very good chase away from the turret. The only issue is they have no minions to back it up. That they're now back to where they were moments ago. Just a little bit.
Oh, hello! Will we be seeing a gank here from Moonman? He was thinking about it. He wanted to go stealth in there. I was really hoping he would, just so that he would like explode and die, but didn't have my wishes come true, Techno.
That's how it sometimes goes, Rapids. It's the same as us being in the same place at the same time. It's something that hasn't come true just yet. Looking at items that have been picked up, Guardian Angel for Trundle, and finally the Infinity Edge for Twitch, a very important item.
Oh yeah, definitely. With that Infinity Edge and the crit on Youmuu's, actually Youmuu's does not give critical strike anymore. That's what I was looking for. It gives CDR, attack damage, armor pen, all that good stuff. But yeah, no crit anymore from Youmuu's, but it is going to be amplified with that Runan Hurricane. You can go a couple of different builds. You can go like the Blade of the Rune King Youmuu's one-on-one assassin build, but this build is designed to blow up team fights, which is pretty much going to happen.
Yeah, and we've been seeing it happen every single time, and now with the Infinity Edge, it's going to be even faster. Trunks going a little bit deep there, giving the red buff over to Moonman, and you can see the team of mCon know, okay, we can't fight in the jungle, we need to fight in our own base if we even want to stand a chance. And speaking of fighting, Jirox once again on Milkshaker. Milkshaker actually just tanking up the turret hits there. Guys in the middle lane, whoa, what a fight! Just look at the damage being tossed out there. They just destroy Sivir, they destroy Rengar, now they destroy Vladimir as well. And, well, this turret is about to go down. There's nothing that can be done about it. Next to Sky, well, it's blown sky high.
That is where he will be for the remainder of this game, because it doesn't look like it's going to be going on much longer. Asterion 22-10, and some GGs in chat signal that they will be the team to take down our first game of the night. Congratulations to Asterion, who have not won yet, but they might as well have taken out both Nexus turrets, and no contest on the Nexus. There it is, 22-10, the victory for Asterion.